So he keeps having these outbursts, and Masuma keeps sort of like amping up her efforts for revenge. So by now, Numan Ijaz is like, I'm not gonna fund your wedding if you don't apologize to Masuma. Masuma literally got into his head. And so when he's like justifying this decision to his first wife, he's like, I just felt very desired. This really bugs me. Like, I am one of those angry viewers who's just like, how can you do this? This is such a typical story, but it's so well made. Okay, guys, we're gonna do a quick little update on BISMIL because I know you still want to hear about it. Last where we left off is that Masuma's father died. Masuma now wants revenge. And Masuma's getting it. Masuma by now has essentially turned, oh my god, she's turned Numan Ijaz, TT, against the wife he loved and against the son who was his pride and joy. Because now she's just like, you know what? I was the secret wife before, but I'm not going to be the secret wife now. Now, if this man wants me back, he has to get his son to apologize to me. He has to get his son to, like, rugro his nose in front of me. And he has to sort of register me in the public, as in, like, declare me his wife. I'm no longer going to be the secret, like, wife of this person. I deserve respect. I demand respect. So she's basically giving him the cold shoulder. And it's very strategic. Like, on one hand, you're just like, no, her heart is broken. He's disappointed her. His family is treating her badly. So she's gone back to her old house. She's with her widowed mother. And she's completely ignoring him. She's calling him sir now. She's being passive aggressive. She's looking for a job. She's like ignoring his attempts to get back together. She's doing all of these things. And her mother's like, what are you doing? Like, he'll be upset. And she's like, listen, he's an old man. I'm his young wife. No way is he leaving me. I'm just making him more and more dependent on me because I am just like pushing him away and he keeps running back harder. So every time she steps into his space, someone from his family, mostly his son, who is this really sort of emotional and like really like sensitive guy, he has all these outbursts.
A little too sensitive.
He's really whiny and rondu and really sensitive and everything, but like
And
he has all these
badtameez.
very badtameez and very spoiled, but like माँ बाप की तरबियत भी यही है. Like, you are the one who made him into this. So he keeps having these outbursts and Masuma keeps sort of like amping up her efforts for revenge. So by now, Numan Ijaz is like, I'm not going to fund your wedding if you don't apologize to Masuma. I'm not going to like show up at your wedding if you don't apologize to Masuma. He's like shitting on his wife. He's shitting on his son. This man was obsessed with these two people. He literally had no reason to be dissatisfied with life. He loved his wife. They were best friends. He had a great relationship with his son. So Masuma literally got into his head. And so when he's like justifying this decision to his first wife, he's like, I just felt very desired. And so that's what Masuma did. She made him feel desired. You know, like the first time she walks into his office, she's like, oh, that color blue of your coat, it makes your eyes pop. And
I just feel like men are so easy. She didn't even work that hard.
no, so she's telling her mother that, by the way. She's telling her mother, she's like, look at his age. At his age, if a young girl even smiles at him, he's going to slip. I'm his young wife. He's not going to go away at all. So don't you worry. I'm just fixing him.
Because
right
she
now.
really played hard to get. For the last, I think, 5-10 episodes,
She's
just
harassing.
been
She's like
pushing
torturing him.
away.
She's torturing him, and then he goes to her, and she's like, "Listen, your son doesn't respect you. Your wife doesn't respect you. It's not that they don't respect him. He broke their hearts. How he keeps saying, "Meri itni si galti."
The problem is he thinks it's his right.
Well, that's how
Because
men are.
that's what he keeps saying.
No, culturally and religiously, that is what Pakistani and Muslim men are raised to believe, that they can secretly go and marry a woman and it is their right. But then you know what? This is the extent to Islam that men know.
Yeah, they choose to ignore the other end of the partner. They have to get permission. They have to, all of those things come into it.
So that's the thing now. Like, this is a whole different
But
conversation
also the
about like,
wife is just, she's holding out hope that he will eventually come back to sanity and come back to her. So she keeps giving in. She keeps telling her son to go and apologize, and she keeps giving in,
no. So
and she's taking it.
the other problem right here is, and it becomes very evident now, is she's not financially independent. That's another lesson that one should take away from this, is that if you are not financially independent from your husband, even if you're super rich and you have a son, you will still put up with shit you should not have to. Like, and because in my head I'm just like, wasn't she like an interior decorator or an event planner? Because she's got her own money, she should just walk out. Why is she like holding on to this house? Because Masuma now wants that house. She's like, I'm not going to live in this other house, I want to live in the main mansion. And I'm just thinking, how can she kick these people out? But she can, because Savera Nadeem, Riham, is not financially independent, and the son works in his dad's business, so the dad is pushing his son out of the business. So this is another lesson. Women need to be financially independent. And when parents marry their daughters off, please give her something that belongs to her, or like anything that is exclusively hers, so that if she is in a shitty situation, sorry, Nani, if she is in a bad situation, she can leave. Sorry for turning into sorry for turning this into like a Soul Sisters comment section, but like, this really bugs me. Like, I am one of those angry viewers who's just like, how can you do this? And my mother's like, because it's a drama. And because you're supposed to feel like this, and you're going to watch every episode because of this. And she's right. This is such a typical story, but it's so well made. And like, props to whoever is doing this to us, because I am undone. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining us for another episode of So Much Drama. I got really emotional today at some points because like there's just so much drama happening. But if you thought it was interesting, if you're into K-dramas, tell me what dramas to watch, what things you think I should pay attention to, what nuances you felt when you were watching them. Secondly, for my people who are watching BISMIL, oh my god, tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how we are dealing with our blood pressure spikes. Like, just how are we dealing with this? So until next week, when I come back and I've watched more Crash Landing on You, bye!